we must never forget Richmond's fallen. We must keep those names in our hearts and in our minds. Again, we must never forget. Whenever we lose an officer, on or off duty, that loss is felt by the officer's family and all of his or her brothers and sisters in law enforcement, and most importantly, the community.
The spark plug for this project, it would go to the next speaker. So let me bring to the podium Selena Cuffey Glenn, the Chief Administrative Officer of the City of Richmond.
Good morning, everyone. Mayor Jones, Madam First Lady, all the elected officials from the city as well as the state. Mr. Burley, thank you for having me on this program. Certainly for me, it's about duty and service, so I certainly appreciate the honor. Committee members and our fellow employees and citizens. Today we celebrate a tremendous opportunity for our city. As you know, public service is the road less traveled by many, but for those of us who make the commitment and understand the great sacrifice that is required, none is more rewarding and honorable than those who protect our lives, the lives of our citizens, with valor, integrity, and grace. Today we honor those who gave their lives, and we have to remember that their names will never be with those cold and timid souls who do nothing to make a difference in this world, in this city, in this country. So, Mayor Jones and Mr. Burley, thank you for allowing me to play a small role in making this event happen today.
Good morning, everyone. What a beautiful day for a wonderful occasion, and we're all happy to be here today to celebrate the relocation of the statue here in this wonderful position. Glenn Burley is a quiet mover. There are two kinds of activists. Activists who are cynical and not solution-oriented, but then there are activists who are solution-oriented, who point out a problem and then point out ways to solve the problem. Glenn Burley is of the second category. He saw a problem and figured out a way to make it happen. And all of us have not been strong-armed, but we've been touched by Mr. Burley, and he's very persuasive, and he might even tear up to make you do what he wants you to do. He has done a tremendous job, and I didn't recognize him today because he has on his uniform, and I understand that uniform is the same uniform he had on 30 years ago. And somebody said something to me. I was talking to someone today, and we admitted that we could not put on anything that we had 30 years ago. We don't want to lose sight of the fact that the relocation of this statue is important, but what's most important is what's behind the statue. And what's behind the statue is our appreciation for the liberties that most of us take for granted. Every day we take for granted the fact that we have peace, security, and safety, and we give very little thought to the fact that there are 683 officers in the city of Richmond who rise every day, put on their uniforms, and go into harm's way in order that we might have safety and security. And sometimes that does not turn out well, because sometimes we have officers who fall. And so today we express our appreciation to the families of those slain officers, and we express our appreciation to the officers of the city of Richmond, and we say to all of them that we appreciate your undying efforts to keep us safe in this community. These are trying times in our country, and these are trying times in the world, and we've got to be vigilant, and we've got to come together and walk together to make certain that we strengthen our communities by respecting one another. And so this is a great day for us as we put this monument here in this very visual part of our city, and as we drive by, we have a remembrance and a symbol of those who serve and those who protect.